you were not born here.
I was born in Queens, raised in Brooklyn,
For
and
how
then in
long?
1990, so for about 12 years, I lived in the city.
Oh,
And then my
okay.
dad got tired of having like his car broken into in Brooklyn, and he
Yeah.
owned a like an appliance repair shop, and it just literally he had the gate that you roll down in front of the window every day, and
Hmm.
he was tired of it, and so he found an acre of land and a trailer in upstate New York, literally across the street from where the Hobo Deli used to be. If people who are listeners
Hmm.
have been here for a
Hmm.
while, and that's where he moved us to. And so we were brought into like the West Hurley Elementary School, which isn't there anymore, but
Hmm.
and then that's how we ended up going on to your school district.
So you were 12, you
I
said?
was 12 when, yeah, yeah,
Is
and then
that
I
hard?
graduated on.
Sorry.
It was hard. No, it's fine. It was hard because it was very different. Like just to be very brutally honest, like New York is a melting pot. Like the city, like Queens and
Yeah.
Brooklyn, where I went to school, is a lot of different types of people. And I didn't even quite understand what race was or that people had different, like, because we were just all so different.
Hmm.
And the moment I moved to upstate New York, it was made very clear to me that I was browner than everybody else, and I'm not even that brown, but I was browner. And then when they saw my brother, who certainly is of a darker skin tone than I am,
Hmm.
it was definitely like, oh, he's the X.
Mm.
And so, and growing up in Aniora, I don't know how many people of color you had in Saugerties School District, but I would imagine there weren't a ton, right? I would
No.
imagine that the demographic is similar to Onteora School District, and
Yes.
so,
Yeah.
so yeah, that was the biggest difference. But like you blend into the best you can, and assimilate, and you grow up, right?
Yeah. See, I hate to, well, I probably wasn't thinking that way because coming from my perspective, I was thinking more at 12 years old. That's a difficult time, I think,
Hmm.
in many children's lives because of puberty and everything else and your friends. And that's really when you're starting to get really deeply rooted to your friends. Was that
Hmm.
hard too?
I don't even know that I can't tell you that that's ever
Okay.
even occurred as a thought in my brain. Not to say
Okay.
that hasn't affected my
Yeah.
life, and but literally, like, just as you say that, I'm like, actually, I don't. I think there was so much change going on in my life at that moment.
Yeah.
Like I had lived in a house in Brooklyn, which was a very kind of like traditional house where like my grandparents owned the house,
Mm-hmm.
my dad rented the second floor, another like one of their sons and their kids like rented the bottom floor,
Hmm.
and then everybody kind of moved to Florida, and then we eventually moved upstate. And so there was just a lot of
How to change.
what had been my family union, like,
Yeah.
had been kind of broken up. And
Mm.
so I think way back when, family was more of my friends than friends
Right.
were,
Yeah.
just because I had cousins that were very available to hang out with and all that stuff. So
Okay.
I
Yeah.
just think that, like, when I moved, it was just such a big change. Everything was such a big change, that it was just all change to me.
Yeah. That Thank you for that. Yeah, that's a
Okay.
interesting perspective that was I didn't have when I
Hmm.
was young.